And we are live here from Knowles Field, where your St. Christopher Saints will be taking on Flint Hill. This is Hayden Forrest in the return, good to about the 47-yard line. Great start for the Saints offense, great field position. I'm here alongside Oliver Sabo. Saints are coming off of a 39-19 win over Fuma last Friday. They'll look to keep the win streak going.
Yeah, Saints 5-0 since that week 1 loss to Trinity. Playing the Flint Hill 3-2, ranked 5th right now in the state. Saints 2. We're looking for another strong performance from our defense here.
And here's our Farrell. He'll roll out right immediately. Pass complete to Tazwell for 5. Call it 7.
Tazwell's been one of the difference makers on this offense this season.
We've seen 2 quarterbacks this year with Gil Williamson and Griffin O'Farrell. O'Farrell's seen the majority of snaps. He started, I believe, all of the games. That one's good for Tazwell for a first down. Down around the Flint Hill 35-yard line. So the Saints are moving quickly now. Wallace and Tazwell will come out. Sullivan comes in, presumably at tight end or fullback. So heavy set here for the Saints. Hendrick in the backfield. Fumbled snap. O'Farrell dives on it and goes down. They'll lose 8 on the play.
Going back to the 2 quarterback system they've been running, O'Farrell more the rusher, and Williamson really opens up the field. He's great at the long throws.
Yeah, I see it kind of like O'Farrell being more like the Russell Wilson rollout type quarterback that can take off and run for 60 yards. And Williamson's kind of like the Peyton Manning, tall figure in the pocket, can fire it over the middle.
Absolutely. They've been bringing him red zone most of the snaps this season.
So it'll be 3rd down now for the Saints after the fumbled snap pushed him back. That one was good for 7. So 3rd and 10 now. Farrell's going to roll out left. He'll fire it deep to Nigel Green, who almost brings it in. Zachary Garcia was on defense there at corner, guarding Green. So 4th and 10. It's 4-down territory. Too far would be a 52-yarder for Jack Sewers, which is NFL range. But they're not going to punt either, so Saints will line up to go for it on 4th now. Hendrick in the backfield. Bell's going to drop back, looking left, throwing deep for Tazwell. A lot of contact, but goes incomplete, overthrown. So impressive start on defense for Flint Hill, stopping this powerful Saints offense.
Looked like that might have been a pass interference call. Couldn't make the case for it.
I think it was maybe an uncatchable ball, so they held off on it. But definitely a lot of contact there. So starting at quarterback for Flint Hill will be Alex Bollinger. He'll throw out right to Garcia now on a screen play, but stopped down the line of scrimmage. I believe that was Hendrick on the tackle. Hard count here for Flint Hill. They're going to change the play now. So Bollinger receives the audible. They'll hand it off up the middle now. This is Hertz, but he's brought down quickly. Looks like Hayden Forrest is the first one there for the Saints.
This front seven for the Saints has really not been letting a lot through this season.
Bollinger will throw out right now. And Babcock is good for about 20 yards there on a screen pass. So we've seen it already 3 times. A screen pass out right for the Saints. Good blocking there. Down to the Saints 47. Two backfield set, and play is blown dead. Justice Ellison came in motion. They'll call a false start now. That'll back them up 5.
False start on Flint Hill. Make them up 5 yards. Still first down.
Hertz is the back. Bollinger will take the snap, fake handoff. He'll step up in the pocket, throw down deep. That's Damgard on the coverage, and it's caught over Damgard's head and out of bounds. Zachary Garcia just caught it over Damgard. Looks like they will mark him out of bounds, though.
It's a good catch there. The pass was a little behind him. Had to reach over.
So it'll be 2nd and 15 now for Flint Hill. Bollinger will roll out left and try to complete it to Ellison, but incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd down. Snap to Bollinger. He'll throw over the middle, and it's complete to Garcia. He's been active thus far in the first quarter. And there he is again there, getting the first down. Hendrick was there on the coverage, among others. But Garcia is able to find his way towards the sticks. First down, Flint Hill. They'll hurry up now. We'll hand it off up the middle now to Hertz. But he's swallowed up quickly. Joe Sullivan was there initially for the Saints.
You got right in there.
So 2nd and 12 after the 2-yard loss from the Hertz rush up the middle. And geez, Trent Hendrick just leveled the running back. That was a brutal play action. I believe Hendrick thought that Hertz had the ball. He just leveled him in the backfield. Brutal hit, and Bollinger's pass ends up going incomplete. Third and 12 on the St. Chris 36. Bollinger will drop back, and he's hitting the backfield. Ball is out. Kavanis gets on it, but we're going to call it incomplete. I believe Bollinger's arm was in the throwing motion, so it'll be an incomplete pass.
It was definitely close. Did look like he made that forward motion, though.
Great pass rush from the Saints. Got back there immediately. Flint Hill's pocket just collapsed.
And their offense is going to stay on the field here.
Trips out right for Flint Hill. Garcia is alone on the far side. It'll be a surprise punt here. Back there is Council, the safety. And he's just going to leave it here, but it's going to be down at the 1 yard line. So very impressive punt. Saints are going to have awful field position to start out here.
First and 10 Saints.
So starting from their own 1 yard line, Saints will hand this one off to Forrest. He's swallowed up quickly, but still churning. Maybe gets about 3 there to the 4. You know, Hayden Forrest isn't the biggest running back, but I think you can make a case that he might be the strongest.
Yeah, I think so. Plays on both sides of the ball, really strong on defense. And when he is running,
Here he is
like
again.
right here, yeah, really nice run. He's a tough runner, definitely.
Get down to about the 17 yard line. That's a 13 yard rush from Forrest. He'll come out. They'll put in Kavanis. So 3 of the St. Chris linebackers also play running back. That's a taxing game every week. And Kavanis goes up the middle for about 1. He's swallowed up quickly. Marquise Roberts on the tackle.
Kavanis on the carry. Gain about 2 yards. 2nd and 8. Let's go, hit.
So I formation for the Saints. And Marquise Roberts jumped the snap there, got around the edge. That one's good for about 2 maybe.
3-yard gain. About 3rd and 4.
Saw a little extracurricular there with Nigel Green and Michael Getter at the end of the play. I formation again for the Saints. Marquise Roberts is coming around the edge. And O'Farrell's going to run around him, but push out of bounds. It's going to bring out 4th down for the Saints.
O'Farrell scrambles for no gain.
So 4th and 4 now.
Was rushed out of bounds.
Saints are going to have to punt.
4th down.
Out trots Jack Sewers. So a lot of run plays there for the Saints. We saw run up the middle by Forrest, then a 13 yard by Forrest, and then a couple by Kavanis. But
Yeah, that part of the field probably safer just running up the middle there. Nothing too fancy.
Jack Sewers is punt. He's down at the 41-yard line. The Huskies first down.
so Flint Hill has very strong field position starting out here. And screen out left. Council came up to make the tackle but missed. And that's going to be a breakaway touchdown for the Saints. Matt Grant is pursuing, but Garcia is too fast. There we saw it again, the screen pass. They've been running it all game, and that time it was to Garcia again. Council came up from the safety position but missed. And Garcia's quick, just got away from Council, and that's a touchdown.
Yeah, that screen's been killing the Saints early in this game.
59 yards from Zachary Garcia. And they're going to line up for the PAT now. This is Dylan Logue kicking for Flint Hill. He'll put it through the uprights. So 7-0 early on here.
Saints defense gonna have to adjust, try to get a handle of that screen play.
Yeah, I imagine that'll be a point of emphasis for Coach Toon adjusting, and we already see him talking to Council and more. Council read it correctly. He saw the screen developing, came out to make the tackle, but just Garcia is very quick. So, without a doubt, Coach Toon will have to change his defense around to stop that, but we'll see how he does so. Bit of a short kick here. It's taken by Hodgson. He's got a head of steam here. And George Hodgson's going to get it up to the 48-yard line of Flint Hill. Great return by George Hodgson. I mentioned it before that George Hodgson is a special teams prodigy for the Saints team and doesn't get a lot of credit, doesn't play much offense or defense, but in terms of special teams, Hodgson is as good as it gets.
Yeah, that was a really strong run. Broke a number of tackles there. Here's O'Farrell once again. Quick pass there to Walker Wallace.
McDermott, make an announcement that there's a bake sale for breast cancer awareness. Just whenever you can. The girls are sending up the text to me.
Second down here, 6 yards.
This is O'Farrell now. Hand off to Hendrick. Hendrick will go up the middle for about 4. Good push from the Saints offensive line. And Hendrick's helmet comes off, excuse me. Elijah Wasson came in late. So Hendrick will have to come out. They'll put in Cavanis. That one is thrown, intended for Tazewell over the head. That'll bring up 4th and 4 for the Saints. Yet again in 4th down territory. So they'll stay on the field and go for it. Farrell's going to roll out right. Pass intended for Andre Green is complete. And that's good for about 30 maybe. Call it 25 yards of Farrell to Green. And the Saints convert.
Nice pass there from Farrell, 4th down.
Farrell's going to roll out left now. And he's going to keep this one. Tucks it up the middle. And big hit there. Farrell goes down at the 1 or 2. That was a big hit from Marquise Roberts, among others. Jaden Babcock got in on that as well. But Farrell's a tough kid. He'll get up and go.
Yeah, he tried to find that gap in the end zone. 2 guys right there sort of sandwiched him.
He does get the first down, though, so it'll be 1st and goal from about the 3-yard line. And looks like it's going to be a timeout here, I believe. Official timeout. Looks like we have a player injured that's walking off. That's the reason for the timeout.
So what do you think the play here is? About 3 yards.
I'd give it to
the
Hendrick.
goal line.
I'd do I formation with Hendrick.
Yeah, he's been really strong runner. Had 2 touchdowns last game.
Maybe send Reed Terry in motion like they usually do. Try to shift the linebacker out of there. We do see Terry coming in, and Hendrick's also in there as well. We might be seeing
I formation.
just a blast. And Terry's in a block. Here comes Hendrick, churning the legs, and doesn't get in. He got close, but not there. So it was as we expected, a I formation to Hendrick.
Defense was prepared.
Looks like Hendrick got it down to the 1-yard line. He'll remain in the game, as will Terry at fullback. I formation yet again for the Saints. Andre Green is out wide. They'll give it to Hendrick, and he'll punch it in.
There he is. It's pretty hard to stop Hendrick on the goal line.
Nice block there, lead block from Reed Terry. One unnoticed, but that was a big block from Reed Terry opening up that hole for Hendrick. And he trucked Jaden Babcock at the end there. That was a 7-play, 48-yard drive from the Saints.
Great response to that long screen touchdown.
And the extra point from Sears is good. So that'll tie it up at 7 with 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Impressive response from the Saints.
Yeah, I think so. Hang on. Big sale for breast cancer awareness. Big sale for breast cancer awareness.
Be sure to check out the big sale we support breast cancer awareness.
Jeremy, do another one in like 15 minutes. Let me do the top line. You know what I mean? Yeah, they didn't hear it, McDermott. All right, I'll make it up. Doing the music isn't playing.
And a nice kick here from Sears into the end zone. He rocketed that one past Justice Ellison, so no return there.
Varsity's will start. Yeah, 1st and 10.
So out trots Bollinger and the Flint Hill offense. And we'll see what Coach Tuna's drawn up to prevent this screen. It's been killing the Saints thus far through the first quarter. We see Cavanas is guarding wide receiver out far. So man coverage maybe here for the Saints. A whistle here. And Flint Hill's coach wants the play clock to be reset. Because we've got a delay of game on Flint Hill. Flint Hill's coach feels that the play clock was started early. But that'll back them up 5 here. 1st and 15 to start off their drive. Bollinger will throw left. Pass complete again to Garcia. And fumbled there. It looks like Moore might have come in at the end and maybe knocked that one loose. Not sure if it was Moore or maybe Grant. But that's good for 10 yards to the 30. It'll be 2nd and about. Looks like they'll give him the first down, so 1st and 10 now from the 30. It's a matter of inches, but the refs will give it to him. 2-back set. Hurts goes in motion out left. They'll hand it up the middle now. He's going to break this one outside. Big gain here for Flint Hill. Hurdles a defender. Just hurdled Mina. That's Justice Ellison on the carry. So Flint Hill is moving. This 2-back combo of Hurts and Ellison is dangerous.
Yeah, nice run there. Adjusted to get a couple more yards.
So the Saints are crowding the line of scrimmage. They're sending everybody here. Bollinger's going to roll out left, beating the pressure and hits Garcia in the open field, but drops it. So nice rollout attempt there from Bollinger to escape the pressure, but Zachary Garcia just dropped it. So already, Oliver said, but we've seen Garcia, Hurts, and Ellison for Flint Hill are all very quick and very dangerous.
Definitely. That'll be something to talk about at the half.
And flag comes up here. Might be a sideline warning, I believe, on Flint Hill. Came from the ref on the far sideline, right by Flint Hill. So it is a sideline warning. Won't back them up any, but there might have been some chatter from head coach Jason Thomas of Flint Hill. Bollinger will throw out. Here's the screen again. This is complete to Roberts, and the Saints swallow it up. Nice effort there. Dam Guard and Cavanas are there to take down Roberts in line of scrimmage. Saints were ready for it that time.
Yeah, nice adjustment.
So 3rd and about 8 here for Flint Hill. Bollinger's looking for something, nothing there. It'll be a slip screen now to Ellison. And he's able to break a couple tackles. He got close to the first down. I believe he was pushed out of bounds at the end, but he got awfully close.
Trent Hendrick got through there, almost a sack. But Bellinger got it off just in time.
So 4th and 1, and Flint Hill's going to line up to go for it. 8.5 seconds remaining in this first quarter. They're going to change the play here. They'll drop back looking. Hendrick comes screaming through the gap. And big sack from Trent Hendrick.
Oh, man.
Came screaming through the A gap and just took down Bollinger for a big loss on 4th down. Turnover on downs, and the Saints will take over in Flint Hill field position.
So, yeah, we saw Trent the previous play, and there he was again. Great job getting through. Really nice play.
Hendrick came screaming through the line. Bollinger had no chance.
Little confusion there. Matt Grant, defensive back, came out on offense.
Farrell's going to drop back looking for something. He's going to roll out right. First quarter is over. Our Farrell's run is good for about 8 or 9. Runs out of bounds shortly before the first down. That's the end of the first quarter. There is a flag down on the play. We'll wait before we go to break here. See what this flag is about. It's going to be holding on the Saints. So that'll push him back 10 now. 1st and 20. I'm not sure if
Are they
there seems to
putting
be
time back on the
some
clock?
confusion between the referees here. They're going to call an official timeout to talk it over, and we'll take one as well.
Once again, be sure to check out the bake sale.
So they will not give the Saints an on-time down that they should have. They'll just push it into the second quarter. Terry comes in motion. Farrell's going to keep it. Fake handoff to Cavanas. Farrell's going to run out right. And good for about 5 there. So that'll make it 2nd and 15 for the Saints.
Farrell's been looking solid scrambling today. But
That's one of the benefits you have when you have Griffin O'Farrell at the helm. He's able to take off. He's a great athlete, UVA baseball commit, very quick on his feet.
Absolutely. Still got a long way to go here.
Andre Green is out right. A lot of contact there. And O'Farrell goes down in the backfield. His helmet comes off. And he's in pain here. Trainer's going to come out. That was a bad collision there. And Flint Hill is celebrating, but they should not be. That It was Logan Copeland on the hit from Flint Hill.
He might have taken a hit late once his helmet had
I believe
come
he did.
off.
And I'm confused why they were celebrating. There's nothing glorious about that. So they'll check on O'Farrell. Presumably we'll be seeing Williamson when we come back. We'll take a quick break.
Missing phone.
So O'Farrell is able to walk off under his own power, always a good sign, but I imagine that might be a head injury of some kind for
Yeah.
O'Farrell.
Definitely scary seeing the helmet come off. We'll
Looks
see
like it
what-
actually is going to be a right shoulder injury. We see Farrell on the sideline. I think he was in the throwing motion and was hit. Might have bent back too far, hyperextension type scenario. Nevertheless, we'll be seeing Williamson for the remainder. He'll throw over the middle to Green. Pass intended for Nigel Green is off his hands and incomplete. That was Michael Getter on the coverage, the freshman corner.
4th and long.
So the Saints are going to have to punt now at 4th and 16. And nice punt from Sears here at the boomer. Back for the Flint Hill is Justice Ellison, but Garnett Nelson falls on it, downing it around the 18.
Sears was down around the 19-yard line. 1st and 10 Huskies.
So here's Bollinger now. Saints are crowded at the line of scrimmage, and there's Hendrick bringing down Hertz after a gain of about 2.
Hurts on the carry. Good for maybe 2 yards. Trent Hendrick on the tackle.
This is Bollinger now. Her handed off to Hertz again. Excuse me, this is Ellison. He's able to fight down close to the first down. And they're going to give it to him. Looked like he was a yard short, but that'll move the chains for Flint Hill. And Alex Bollinger, first quarter stats, he was 7 for 12, 117 yards and a touchdown. Those stats are not telling of the whole story, though, as that 59 of those yards and that touchdown came from a 1-yard screen pass that went for 59 yards. And he's hit there by Hendrick, and it's intercepted by Teddy Damgard. He's running it back now along the right sideline, still on his feet, goes down around the 28. Bollinger got sacked by Trent Hendrick while in the throwing motion, causing the throw to come up short. And Damgard ripped it out of the hands of the wide receiver. Impressive stuff from him there.
Great job by Teddy Damgard there, reading the play, getting there.
Yeah, they tested him in the first quarter, and I believe it was maybe Ellison that caught one over his head in the first quarter. I don't remember who it was. It might have been Babcock, caught one over his head in the first quarter, but they tested him again there, and he picks it off. So I formation for the Saints. Kavanis will take it, but nothing there. Elijah Wasson was there. Andre Green is out by himself on the right side. Williamson will pitch it here to Kavanis at the middle. He's brought down after maybe 2 or 3 here.
Saints haven't been getting a ton on the run today. Maybe might want to start looking a little more downfield, especially with Gil Williamson.
Snap to Williamson. He's going to roll out here. And pass intended for Reed Terry is incomplete. Terry wanted a flag. It's a big hit there right as the ball arrived. I believe it was timed correctly. Terry still wanted a flag, though. But he won't get it. 4th and 8 now for the Saints. Man, they'll be going for it again. Too far for Sears, but too close to punt. On Flint Hill's 26-yard line. Williamson will take the snap. He'll roll out left. Looking for Tazzle, but overthrows him out of bounds. And that'll be a turnover on downs. Saints offense is not looking great without O'Farrell.
Yeah, had a really good chance there with that pick, but fell short.
And I'm not sure what the diagnosis is on Farrell, but I believe they're going to proceed with caution. He's got a great future in baseball, and it is his right throwing arm. So no need to risk that. And you've also got a great quarterback in Gil Williamson at the helm already. So
yeah, certainly.
Ellison comes in motion. They'll hand it off up the middle, though. Caleb Bay was there to stop him. Robertson's carry is good for maybe 2 or 3 there. And there might have been a flag on the play. Legal shift on the Huskies. So Flint Hill is backed up. It's like 10 here. 5 rather. So on the 21-yard line now. It'll be 1st and 15. Here's a screen pass again. Complete out to Garcia. And he's thrown out of bounds by Hayden Forrest. Great coverage there from the middle linebacker. So 2nd and 14 after the failed screen. Bollinger rolls out right, throwing left, and pass is complete over the middle. Ellison went up for it. Great grab there.
Ellison wide open there.
Yeah, had to really elevate to catch that one. Impressive stuff there. I believe Abel Aya was there to touch him down. It'll be 3rd down and short now. 2 yards to go for the Huskies. In the slot is Ellison, 2-back set. And they'll hand off the middle now. And that'll be a 1st down by Hertz. Tackle is made by Forrest. That'll move the chains for the Huskies. And there's Ellison again. Run up the middle for 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. Two-back set again. They'll hand it off the middle again. I believe this is Hertz, and just threw him down. That was Jeff Moore, just absolutely crushed Jalen Hurts.
Jeff Moore being really the leader on defense this year, leading the teams in tackles.
Yeah, he gets the play calls in from Coach Toon, and sometimes has to do it himself on the play calls.
Yeah, he's really stepped into a great leadership role.
Yeah,
this season
3-year starter on the defense, starting on the defense more than any other player at the time. Bollinger will drop back. Hendrick comes again, but they'll get it off to Ellison on a screen pass, but he's swallowed up for a loss.
Hendrick's been looking great getting through. Really a lot of speed.
Yeah, the linebacker core has been impressive. We've seen a lot of Forrest and Hendrick today on defense. That was Forrest there bringing down Marquise Roberts in the backfield. Forcing this 4th down. It's 4th and 3.
We'll be punting it though.
It looks like Brooks Council is back for the Saints returning. Good punt. Council catches it around the 21. He's going to bring it out wide. Doesn't go down yet, but does eventually go down by a gang of Huskies.
Bit of a mistake. Started running backwards there.
Elijah Wasson as well as Chris Hendricks were there for the tackle. So the Saints will return on offense. Williamson remains at the helm for the Saints. Gavanis is in the backfield. They'll throw out quickly to Wallace. That's good for about 5. Tackle is made by Michael Getter. Four wide receiver set for the Saints. Williamson's going to drop back. Looking deep for Wallace, and Wallace beat his man. Pass is complete. They do bring him down around the 7-yard line. Wallace beat Marquise Roberts over the top. And a great ball from Williamson to Wallace.
It's been awesome watching Williamson, sorry, this season. Just drops it in there on those deep ones. Great.
Yeah, at 6'7", he can see over the line. Has a great arc on the ball and lays that one perfectly in for Wallace. Big gain there for the Saints.
Yeah, great play.
So in the red zone now. Saints will throw again. Williamson's gonna step up in the pocket, but he is swallowed up by Danny Stone. Had a grasp on Williamson's leg.
Brought down for no gain. One of your 7th grade quarterbacks, Danny Stone.
Snap to Williamson. He's going to throw again. This one is intended for Tazwell. He brings it in, but can't get into the end zone. He'll be brought down just short.
Williamson's pass was complete to number 2, Will Tazwell, caught right on the goal line.
So 3rd down and about 2 now.
And in comes Hendrick. I imagine we'll see the I formation again with Terry at fullback.
Yeah, it worked last time. It's really tough to stop.
Indeed, we do see it. Snap to Hendrick. He dives over the top. Touchdown, Saints. The second on the day for Trent Hendrick. That I formation in the red zone is just unstoppable. And the PAT from Sears is good. So that'll put the Saints up 7. 2.5 minutes remaining in this second quarter.
So Williamson, shaky start, but redeemed himself there on that great pass, great drive downfield.
Play 77 yards. It took 2 minutes, 23 seconds.
5 plays, 77-yard drive from the Saints. Majority of those yards coming from a Williamson to Wallace completion over the top. Wallace beat Roberts and down to the 7-yard line. Then a throw to Tazwell, and then eventually punching it in with Hendrick for the second time today. So Justice Ellison is back deep for Flint Hill. But it won't matter. Looks like Sears will put this one through the end zone. And the Huskies will start off on their own 20.
Sears is fine. Into the end zone for another touchback. First and 10.
Sears great at getting those touchbacks. Definitely got a leg.
Snap to Bollinger. He's going to go deep. And Ellison beat Damgard, and it's caught around the 48-yard line. Nice throw and catch there from Bollinger to Ellison. Beat Damgard on a fly route. No safety help there either. Now Ellison is out wide. Trips. They'll hand it off to Hertz up the middle. He's able to get about 6 there. Trucked Brooks Council and still going. Gets about 9 yards there. Strong running there from Jalen Hertz.
We're really seeing Hertz, Ellison really take a toll on this defense, their speed.
And they have an early whistle here. It's going to be offsides on the Saints. So that should give the Huskies the first down, I believe. And out comes Council, in comes Harwell Harrison at safety. Bollinger's going to throw out right. And over the head of Cavanis. This is Hertz again. And he's going to get into the end zone here.
Quick drive there for Flint Hill. A few big plays. It looks like,
yeah, they found Jalen Hertz, just a short lob pass over the head of Cavanis. He ran for about 30 yards into the end zone.
got a player down on the far side of the field.
I believe it's Mina Velea down. He was there initially, stopping him at the 1 yard line, but Hertz was able to get in. So we'll take a break to check on Mina Velea. So we are back, and the PAT is good from Dylan Logue.
Mina Velea still down on the other sideline getting help. It's a very quick drive there. 3 plays, 46 seconds.
Yeah.
All the way downfield. Secondary definitely needs to improve coming up the second half.
And Velea is able to get to his feet, which is a good sign. He's walking over to the sideline now. So we'll see how that affects the St. Christopher's secondary. You saw Council come out, and they put in Harwell Harrison at defensive back. So presumably Council will be going back in because of the loss of Velea if he decides not to play here. Walking with a significant limp, so I imagine he's going to be taking a seat for a couple minutes here at least.
So a few significant injuries here this first half. Starting quarterback Griffin O'Farrell, and now Mina Velea. Cavanis returns that one to about 36-yard line.
First and 10. Williamson's in a throw out right, and it's intercepted by Darius Kreck. He's running this one back, and he's going to take it all the way back. Pick 6 by Darius Keck. Pass was intended for Tazwell. Just a short little in, and it's intercepted by Keck and brought back all the way.
So that's 2 touchdowns for Flint Hill in the past
Minute.
Yeah.
Tough break for the Saints.
Yeah, there's nobody out there.
PAT from Dylan Logue is good, and player is down for the Saints. Hayden Forrest might have gotten hit low.
So Saints have some work to do if they're going to want to tie this up before the half. About a minute and a half left.
So Dylan Logue will kick this one away for the Huskies. Back for the Saints is Cavanis. He'll catch this one around the 12 and brought down around the 30-yard line. So give him 28 on the return. Saints have 90 seconds to go about 70 yards here. We'll see what they can put together. Andre Green is by himself outright. Ellison covers him. They'll hand it off to Cavanis. He'll get about 3. Brought down by Elijah Wasson. So clock is running. Not much urgency here from the Saints offense. They do have 3 timeouts left. They'll hand it off to Cavanis again, and he's brought down immediately in the backfield. So the Saints aren't really trying to push the ball down the field here. It's 3rd down now. Anson Yuan, tackle for loss there for the Huskies, and clock is diminishing here quickly. It looks like they're just going to run it out.
Yeah, I just want to get in the locker room, reset for the second half.
And they're running the play clock down all the way. Williamson will take the snap at 3 seconds on the play clock. He's going to throw deep, actually, to Nigel Green, but overthrown by about 5 yards. And 4.3 seconds remaining in this first half. It's 4th and 8. So the Saints are going to have to punt, which, depending on who's back there for the Huskies, is not ideal. Looks like it's going to be Ellison, who is pretty explosive. So
Yeah,
the Saints are going to want to either kick this one out of bounds or get a little pooch punt, but you don't want the ball in the hands of Justice Ellison.
He's been killing the Saints defense today.
So high punt from Seavers, plenty of coverage. Ellison is not going to be able to catch it. Rolls out of bounds around the 25, and that'll do it for the first half. We'll take a break and be back here. We are back now for the second half of action. Justice Ellison catches a kick deep and bounces this one outside. Can't bring him down yet. Eventually brought down around the 22-yard line.
So Saints down 7 here at the start of third. Definitely have some work to do. The defense has been struggling a little bit.
Yeah, we saw in the first quarter, Huskies scoring was started off by Zachary Garcia's 59-yard screen pass. They also had a short pass to Jalen Hurts later on in the second quarter with 2 minutes to go. And then shortly before the half ended, Darius Keck had a 42-yard pick six. For the Saints, it's been Hendrick twice, 2 goal line carries, putting the points on the board for the Saints.
For Flint Hill, Alex Bellinger is throwing for 197 yards, 2 touchdowns. Been sacked once.
And we saw Damgard picked off Bollinger in the early on in the second quarter earlier. They tried him a couple times today. This is Bollinger. Was expecting maybe a running back to come through, but no one was there. He kept it good for about 2 or 3. Third and about 1 or 2 now. Excuse me, third and about 10.
Saints want to see some pressure here from the Saints. Third and long. Conversion would be
so third and 12, and whistle comes here early before the play. Going to be a timeout taken by the Huskies. So the story of the first half was starting quarterback Griffin O'Farrell went down with a right shoulder injury. We see him on the sideline still. He's still in his pads. Not sure what the diagnosis is on that. His helmet is off, so I don't believe he'll be going back out there. He's got a great future in baseball, committed to UVA, so probably a safe bet just to let Williamson take over for the second half.
Yeah, even looking on to this rest of the football season, they want him healthy going on, so we'll see though.
It is going to be Williamson starting out for the Saints at quarterback. In the second half, we see him and center Carlisle Bannister taking snaps, getting on the same page. Saints need to generate more offense in the second half if they want to be successful. Play action here. He's hit as he throws, and it's picked off by Hayden Forrest. And brought down around the 22-yard line.
Great play there.
I'm not sure who caused the pressure. Someone hit the throwing arm of Bollinger and deflected the pass, picked off by outside linebacker Hayden Forrest.
Certainly what the Saints wanted coming out after that tough touchdown from Flint Hill into the second quarter. Hopefully they can convert here.
So Forrest is in at running back. And Coach Cullen is changing the play. Forrest will shift out left and then take the carry up the middle. He's brought down quickly though. Not much there. Saints offensive line has been weak today.
Yeah, definitely. They haven't been getting a ton on the ground. They do have the 2 rushing touchdowns, but those have been a couple yards each.
Yeah, 17 yards, 44 yards off of 17 carries in the first half for the Saints, averaging just above 3. And that's a shot taken towards the end zone. Nigel Green brings it in. Touchdown Saints.
Great job by Nigel Green there, staying in, getting 2 feet down. Great way to start out the second half here for the Saints. As we were saying earlier, Gil Williamson just great at dropping those balls in there.
And the PAT from Sears is good. That'll tie it up at 21. So the interception by Forrest set the Saints up in Flint Hill territory. And the pass from Gil Williamson to Nigel Green results in a St. Christopher's touchdown. Kick is away now. Ellison tried to bring it back, but through the end zone. Huskies will get it at the 20. Two-back set for the Huskies. Not much there. But eventually able to bounce off of that one. That's Bryson Robertson.
It's the first we've seen of him today, if I'm correct.
And here's Hertz again. He was productive in the first half and productive there as well. That one's good for 17. Down to the 45-yard line. Jalen Hurts was a problem in the first half for St. Christopher's. He had a 37-yard receiving touchdown from Alex Bollinger with a minute 50 remaining in the second half. And he's been productive on the ground as well. 6 carries for 23 yards. And passes out left. And brought down immediately is Zachary Garcia. Hayden Forrest was there alongside Teddy Damgard and Jeff Moore.
So the Saints have looked better on that screen pass after a couple of early
Zachary
mistakes.
Garcia's 59-yard pass in the first quarter cost them, and they've since audibled and fixed their defense to stop that. We'll see how that changes throughout the game. This one is a pitch now to Ellison. He'll break this outside, and that's good for at least 10. Still going down to the 35. About a 20-yard gain for Justice Ellison. And he's got a couple offers. West Point, Old Dominion, and James Madison among them. But looks like this one might be coming back.
Huskies.
Blocking the back on Flint Hill. We'll bring that one back. And Forrest will come out. In comes senior Cole McCoy, spelling Forrest. Needs a breather. He does it all for the Saints, special teams, offense and defense.
Had a good game last week against Fuma.
So 2nd and 17 now for the Huskies. Bollinger's gonna throw out left again. There's Zachary Garcia, and brought down immediately. It's Cole McCoy. Read the screen perfectly, shot the gap, and brought down Zachary Garcia in the backfield for a big loss. So although McCoy hasn't been in the game, he's clearly been paying attention on the sideline to the formations. He saw the screen there and jumped the play, brought down Garcia in the backfield for a big loss. It'll be 3rd and 21 now. Bollinger's gonna drop back, not much there. And there's Cole McCoy again, bringing down Bollinger. 5-yard sack from McCoy, among others.
So the defense seems to have a new life this second half. Huge drive here for them.
4th and 25. Back-to-back tackles for loss by Cole McCoy, who came in for the ailing Forrest. And the Huskies will punt. And there's the punt from Darius Keck. It's caught by Council at the 40. He's able to bring this one back for some yards and loses the football. And it's recovered by Flint Hill. That's James Shumway. Council got popped along the sideline. Ball came loose. It went about 8 yards behind Council where Shumway was conveniently placed. So, looks like the Huskies will now take over.
Definitely a tough way to end that great defensive drive. They will remain on the field.
So now starting out at the 47 after a failed last series, but fumble by Council will give them a second chance. With Bryson Robertson on the carry. No gain on the play. Jeff Moore was there among Joe Sullivan, bringing him down.
Caleb Bay got in there for a bit of a rush.
Robertson remains in the backfield for the Huskies. 2nd and 10. Fake handoff to Robertson. They'll roll out right. Bollinger finds Elijah Wasson, but drops it. I believe he dropped one in the first half as well. So 3rd and 10. Out comes McCoy, who was a great replacement for Forrest while he got a breather. I imagine we'll be seeing him again. Brought a new life to the Saints defense. Third and 10. Bollinger's gonna try him deep, and it's batted down by Matt Grant. They were trying for Justice Ellison. It was triple coverage, and Grant was able to get a hand on it. So 4th and 10 now, and Saints will punt. Excuse me, the Huskies will punt. And they don't have Brooks Council back there again returning. They've put in Hayden Forrest instead after Council's fumble on the last one. punt from Darius Keck will land around the 30 and rolls all the way to Forrest at the 15, who picks it up and was running, but looks like he might have stepped out of bounds around the 19-yard line. So give Forrest 4 yards on the return. And the Saints are going to start off on their own 19.
So down on the Saints sideline, pads have come off for Griffin O'Farrell. Looks like he'll be done for the day.
Pull it down at the 21-yard line. Actually, at the 15-yard line.
They've not moved the Saints back 4 yards to the 15-yard line, despite the referee's spot of the 19. Not sure what that's about. Williamson will roll out right. Finds Tazwell. And that's good for 15 yards. Push out of bounds at the 30-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 31. So 16-yard reception for Will Tazwell. University of Richmond lacrosse commit.
Continuing to be difference maker on this offense. First half had 4 receptions, 31 yards.
And Lance Clone is changing the play here. Trips out right for the Saints. Kavanis in the backfield. Williamson finds Andre Green. And that's good for about 13 or so. Should move the chains for the Saints. And Andre Green has been developing very nicely thus far. Came last year as a freshman to St. Chris. Didn't see much playing time last year, but has quickly developed into one of Williamson's favorite targets.
Yeah, he's a real threat. He's speedy. He's got the height. Can be dangerous.
He's very quick off the line. We see him in basketball season, a lot of steals and breakaway layups. And this is a slip screen to Kavanis. And Kavanis is able to get about 3 yards shy of the first.
Nice work from Kavanis there off that little check down.
Yeah, Lance Cullen loves running the halfback slip screen to his running backs. We saw it a lot last year with Forrest. 4 wide receivers set now for the Saints. Williamson will roll out right. He finds Wallace immediately and out of bounds around the 40-yard line. That should pick up the first down. So the Saints are moving with great momentum here now. Williamson's finding his groove. He threw a pick 6 with 95 seconds remaining in the first half, but has rebounded nicely from that. Williamson is 8 for 13, 140 yards. And he tries Nigel Green there, and it's brought in. There we saw it again. Williamson is able to just loft the ball over him, finds Nigel Green. That's good for about 35 yards.
Yeah, Green caught a couple of those long ones. He's first half he had 1 for 30 yards. There's another one. All right, red zone here for the Saints. Opportunity to take the lead. It's about 5 yards to the goal line.
Williamson's height allows him to just loft balls over the top, and we've seen it twice now to Nigel Green this game.
Mm-hmm. So you think we're going to see maybe a pass or give it to Trent here again?
Not sure. I mean, usually they give it to Hendrick when they're within 3 yards, but at the 5-yard line here, Saints have had successive passing plays that have worked. And I don't see Terry in the game, so nor do I see Hendrick. It looks like they're going to be potentially passing here. 4 wide receiver set again. Green is by himself on the far side. Play is blown dead.
That one.
They're going to let Huskies substitute in. And Williamson is hit from behind. Ball is loose, but they will whistle it dead. Looked like it was Marquise Roberts came off the edge there on the blind side of Williamson and chopped his throwing arm. But looks like Williamson was in the motion of throwing the ball, so they'll wave it down as an incomplete pass. The Huskies undoubtedly would have recovered that, though. They had 3 or 4 defensive players in the area of the fumble. Williamson will look for Green again. Caught in the back of the end zone, but he's out of bounds. Close one there. It was James Shumway on the coverage. And Nigel Green is quickly becoming Williamson's favorite target. So 3rd and goal from the 5 now. It's Cavana still at running back, and play is blown dead. Timeout taken by the Huskies. We'll take a quick break. Williamson takes a snap, throwing for Andre Green in the back of the end zone. It's caught for a touchdown. A little bit of a fade route action for Andre Green. Caught in the back corner of the end zone.
Yeah, that's an example of Andre Green using the height, just reached over that defender there, able to get 2 feet in for the touchdown.
We've seen it multiple times this season. They love going to Andre Green in the end zone. He's got a great vertical, always able to high point the ball, and strong hands, able to bring it in. First game of the season back in late August, Andre Green had a controversial touchdown that was called back, would have been the game winner. Saints would have been undefeated had they not called that off for offensive pass interference.
Yeah, there are a couple of questionable calls that game. Nevertheless, Saints bounce back.
So 8 plays, 85 yards, 1 minute and 46 seconds on that last Saints drive. Very impressive stuff from Gil Williamson. Saints didn't gain anything on the ground, if I'm correct. They were all passing plays, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they haven't really been able to find that gap most of the game for the rush, but look good throwing there. Maybe we're a little more aggressive there than they had been.
Kick from Seawards is going to be taken at the 2 by Justice Ellison. See what he can do with it here. McCoy misses. Excuse me, that was Garnet Nelson on the tackle. And Ellison is still going. And brought down eventually by McCoy.
Flag down.
There is a flag,
flag.
down around the 26-yard line, so this could, well, most likely will be coming back.
My guess would be blocking the back.
Ellison caught the ball on the the close side of the field at the 2-yard line, ran it all the way to the far side and brought down at the St. Chris 40. Garnet Nelson missed initially, and eventually it was Cole McCoy that brought down Ellison. But I believe this will be coming back. So they'll start Flint Hill off at the 15-yard line. It's holding on the Huskies. That definitely serves as a reminder to keep the ball out of Justice Ellison's hands in the future.
Definitely, he's been a killer today.
And not much there on the run. That was Hurts. Stopped quickly.
Hurts on the carry. Gain of 1 yard.
Bollinger keeps it and brought down eventually by Caleb Bay and Hayden Forrest.
Bollinger scrambles for 3 yards. Caleb Bay on the tackle.
And looks like Hayden Forrest is down.
Injury timeout.
We'll take a break as a check on Forrest. So 3rd and 5 now. Bollinger's not much there. He's wrapped up in the backfield and brought down.
Is that Caleb? Caleb Bay got on him, started pulling him, and he fell down. Nice play by Bay.
Yeah, got a tug of Bollinger's jersey and spun him out of control. Eventually fell down in his own power. So 4th and 10, the Huskies will punt. And because Hayden Forrest is injured, being checked out by the training staff here, Brooks Council returns at punt returner. He fumbled one here the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, he's going to be extra careful about
It's a
holding
high
on to
punt.
it here.
And he's going to wave it off for a fair catch. Secures it down around the 48-yard line.
Good field position here for the Saints. Looking to extend their lead to 2 touchdowns.
So we see Hendrick has returned at running back for the Saints. So the referee didn't put the ball at the right spot. Should have been spotted at the 48. She put it at the 50. That's what the confusion is on the field now. They'll hand it off to Hendrick. And he's got a lot of room to work with here. Brought down by Zachary Garcia, but a flag is down on the play. It's going to be holding on the Saints. I believe it was Brian Bell on the hold.
And head coach Lance Cullen is not happy about that one.
I believe he was saying something about throw it earlier. It feels it came in later when there was no holding at the time.
That play was probably one of the first real run plays I've seen all game.
I think the first run play over 5 yards for the Saints thus far. And that one's complete to Nigel Green for a first down. Excuse me, not a first down. I'll be down at the 47. So 2nd and 9 after the completion to Green. 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Williamson will take the snap. Blitz pickup by Hendrick is no good. He gets rid of it, complete to Tazewell. Tazewell is still going. He's got a block here from Andre Green. Great block from Andre Green will get Tazewell into the end zone. What seemingly was going to be a broken play or possible interception turns into a breakaway 47-yard touchdown by Will Tazewell.
Incredible play. Giving Gill that opportunity and then breaking those tackles, especially right around the 5. He guy dove and he broke one.
So they had sent a linebacker off the edge. Hendrick picked him up initially, but still pressured Williamson after getting by Hendrick. And Williamson just, in desperation, got rid of it towards Tazewell, who caught it and had a great block on the outside by wide receiver Andre Green. And Jalen Hurts was back there at safety for Flint Hill. Pretty weak effort from him on that play. I think he definitely could have brought down Tazewell, but just maybe didn't want to go after him. Tazewell's a big kid listed at 6'5". Hurts only stands at about 5'10", so. And both Hurts and Ellison played both ways in the field, so it might be that Hurts was tired. He's seen a lot of production on offense, but he just looked winded out there.
Yeah, definitely a huge task playing both sides. Just about 24 seconds left this third quarter. Saints up 2 touchdowns.
Gil Williamson is 12 for 19, 237 yards and 3 touchdowns. Impressive performance. He's really turned it around in the second half. Kick from Seavers will be through the end zone, out of reach of Justice Ellison. So 24 seconds remaining in the third quarter. So Huskies will start off with their own 20. They're without Hayden Forrest at linebacker, so Cole McCoy will replace him, but McCoy's been impressive all day today, so not a bad thing by any means. There's Jeff Moore on the tackle. And Justice Ellison is slow to get up.
Carries for a gain of 3. Jeff Moore on the tackle. 2nd down.
Jeff Moore's a hard hitter. Definitely just put a big hit on to Justice Ellison there. He's slow to get up and he'll walk off. That'll be the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll take a break as we transition to the 4th. Back down for the 4th quarter. And there it is again on that screen pass, but it's blown up.
It's Nikos Kavanis.
They tried it to Ellison. So credit to Greg Toon, Jeff Moore, and the Saints defense. They've changed and stopped that screen pass. It was hurting them greatly in the first half, but they developed their defense to stop it every play now. And Bollinger will drop back and brought
Jeff
down
Moore.
by Jeff Moore. That'll be a sack for Moore. He's fired up.
Bollinger sacked again. Jeff Moore this time. That'll bring up 4th down.
Total of 4 sacks for the Saints defense today.
And high snap. And it's blocked. Looks like it was McCoy that was back there. But they do recover it. It's Ellison now ringing it back. And he might have gotten the 1st down. McCoy and Hodgson got back there to block the punt. But Ellison caught it off the deflection, ran it up to the 30-yard line. It is going to be a 1st down. It's a freak play, but it just is a testament to the athlete that Justice Ellison is.
I'm not sure, did you see who got back there?
It was McCoy and Hodgson, I believe.
Almost got a hand on it, but bounced into the hands of Ellison.
And McCoy actually had pretty good contact on the block. I think he got both hands up there, and it's just Ellison's a freak athlete. Was able to bounce it outside for a 20-yard gain and a 1st down. Looks like that was Hurts there. He's good for about 2.
Hurts on the carry. Gain of 3.
No, he came down for some reason. After the 4th quarter. After 3rd. I'm not going to have fun. Head coach Jason Thomas is changing the play. Bollinger's going to drop back, throw over the middle, and it's intercepted by Trent Hendrick. Hendrick is running it back now. He's got a lot of room to go, and he's brought down around the 4-yard line by Bollinger.
Couple of nice moves from Trent there. He looks shifty.
Trent Hendrick has done it all today.
Yeah, looking really strong.
That time it was Trent Hendrick on the return. Brought it down all the way to Flint Hill's 4-yard line.
And he will set it up great for Gil Williamson in this offense to make a play.
And we see the I formation again. Usually the Saints will just try to pound this one in the end zone with Hendrick, and they do. Touchdown, Saints. Trent Hendrick, his 3rd on the day.
Wasn't even touched there.
Reed Terry is a great utility player. They use him at tight end and fullback, and successfully is able to get Hendrick into the end zone there for his 3rd on the day.
Trent definitely player of this game so far. Got a player down on the far side of the field.
I believe it's going to be a cramp. He just dropped. It might be Hurts. We'll take a break to check on Jalen Hurts. PAT from Seegers is good. And that'll push the lead to 21 for the Saints with 9.5 minutes remaining. So Saints trailed at the half by 7, but have scored 28 points since.
Yeah, they definitely turned something around. It's looking a little worrisome in the first half.
It's actually scored 35 points. Now I think about it, they only had 7 at the half, so it's been impressive on both sides of the ball. Kick from Sears is underway. And into the end zone again. No return for Ellison.
Seawor's just racking up those touchbacks.
Yeah, really, no one ever talks about it, but that's a great help to your defense if you
For
can
sure.
put it through the end zone every time, especially keeping out of the hands of Justice Ellison, who's dangerous in open field.
Seawers has really developed into a great kicker.
Bollinger's going to roll out left, and it's intercepted by Cavanis. So yet another interception from Bollinger. It's been a rough day for him in this Flint Hill offense. Linebacker core, everybody but Moore has a pick now.
That's
Forrest, Cavanis, and Hendrick all have interceptions. And
4 total on the day for the Saints defense.
so that's now, for Bollinger, that's going to be 15 for 26. 4 interceptions, 189 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He's taken 4 sacks as well. He's had it rough today.
Williamson, on the other hand, 0 sacks. He's 12 for 19, 1 interception, 237 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Here's another one.
And it's brought in by Nigel Green. We've already seen him once today.
Make that 4 for Gil Williamson.
Saints are rolling now. The Williamson to Nigel Green connection is new today, but it's been productive for the Saints.
That's looked great.
PAT from Sears,
No good.
no good. So
Rare sight.
Saints up 27. I don't see Flint Hill coming back from this. Your starting quarterback's throwing 4 picks and taking 4 sacks. There's not much you're going to generate on offense.
No.
Williamson and Green. Williamson's got 261, Biden's got 88 yards. How many? 88 for Nigel, 261 for Williamson.
So Nigel Green has 4 receptions, 88 yards, and 2 touchdowns thus far. He's had a day. One is taken from the 1. Ellison's going to run it out. Carl Harrison was there initially.
So Bellinger will take the field again. Just throwing that interception.
You know, it's supposed to be a sunny day today, but now some overcast. Looks like it might rain here at Knowles Field.
Hopefully we can get the game in before anything comes down.
Bollinger remains in the helm. He'll hand it off to Jalen Hurts, but nothing there, as has been the story for the Flint Hill offense in the second half here today.
It's Trent Hendrick once again on the tackle.
So, looks like the Huskies are going to try to change the play here, but not going to be able to. And Bollinger's going to be brought down once again. Hendrick was there initially. Looks like Hank Fowler came in a little bit late.
That is 5th sack for Alex Ballinger.
Just getting no help from his offensive line, really. I mean, Hendrick has gotten back there all day today.
Yeah.
And while we might have 6 recorded, the sacks, Hendrick and Moore have put a lot of hits on Bollinger as well that weren't recorded in the stats book. So here's Bollinger. He's going to throw the screen. He'll try it again, and this time it's just dropped.
Zachary Garcia was there, but a little bit of a low pass.
And Flint Hill just looks deflated.
Darius Keck punts it off from his end zone.
Nice return here from Council. Able to get about 15 on the return. Still being pushed, though. Incredible push. Look at this. The Saints are still going. Unbelievable push.
That is probably one of the longest pushes I've seen.
That is definitely the longest I've seen. That Council was stopped at the 30 and then remained on his feet down to it's like the 15-yard line. That is unbelievable.
It's a testament to the drive of this Saints defense this second half.
Council caught it at around the 45. Was contacted around the 30. And now the Saints have the ball at the 14-yard line. Hand off to Hendrick. He'll bounce it outside and brought down. Short gain. Flag comes in late. It was Josh Meta on the tackle for the Huskies. See what the flag is about. Going to be holding the Saints. So that'll back them up 10. And going to be a false start as well. Either a false start or a neutral zone infraction. Not sure who jumped first. Looks like it will be on the Huskies here.
So the Saints are going to get back some of that lost yardage. Motion for Reed Terry here.
They go motion on the Saints. We'll back him up again. Williamson will hand it off to Hendrick. He's still going. Down to around the 10-yard line is Hendrick. Saints are keeping the ball on the ground here late in the fourth quarter, trying to run the clock out. They'll pitch it out to Hendrick now. And he gets close, but down inside the 5-yard line.
Brings up 3rd down for the Saints.
Hendrick on the carry, brings it out to the 5-yard line.
3rd and about 3.
Hand it off to Hendrick again. Only able to get about 1 there. But Hendrick does convert for the Saints. First and goal now.
He's going to come off, and Hayden Forrest is back in.
They hand it off to Forrest. He's fighting to get in. He got really close. Down inside the 1-yard line, probably, but doesn't get in. That's all right. It'll still run the clock. What the Saints are trying to do here. And looks like he does get in. I'm not even sure who scored that. QB sneak. QB sneak by Gil Williamson. He's got around a 6'8" wingspan, so just stuck the ball over the goal line there.
So with this kick,
the extra point from Seaward is good. Saints are now at 34. Unfortunately, the missed PAT earlier means that the Saints can't run the clock. Had they been up by 35, it'd be a running clock. But it'll cost the Saints. Saints have scored 41 unanswered points in the second half here. That's been an incredible display of offense and defense. Really goes to show that when the Saints do show up, they're one of the best teams in private school football.
Saints travel up to Maryland next week. Take on Loyola Blakefield's.
That'll be a tough game for the Saints. Loyola Blakefield's one of the better teams in Maryland.
Yeah, this game certainly gives them some momentum going in to the next game. Should be exciting.
It'll be interesting to see how this plays out in the future with the QB situation, because due to O'Farrell's injury, we saw a lot of Gil Williamson today, and he's been very impressive. So
Yeah, the offense has been running really smoothly under Gil. So yeah, they're gonna have some decisions to make this week and going on.
it'll be interesting to see if, regardless of whether or not O'Farrell is ready to play, who they'll be starting. Because I could see the situation where O'Farrell might be healthy, but they might just prefer to go with Williamson because the offense runs so smooth with him at the helm. This is Bollinger now. He's going to try deep on the Saints, but overthrown.
Bollinger's pass incomplete. Zachary Ellison.
Pass is intended for Justice Ellison. Saints have put in their second string players at defense here. A lot of guys we haven't seen thus far throughout the season. But nice to see some of these underclassmen getting some time.
No doubt.
So that one's complete for a first down now.
Bollinger's pass complete to number 21, Jaden Babcock. First down, Huskies.
Pass was caught by Babcock for the Huskies.
Reed Terry's getting some snaps in the secondary.
Time it was Hurts on the carry. Picked by Hodgson.
Got, it's like 2 injuries now for the Huskies. So we'll take a break as to check on these players.
Double T.
Here's Bollinger now. He's going to throw out quickly to the left side. This is Ellison.
That
Weak
was
tackling by the Saints. A lot of the Saints just missed on Ellison.
Gray Broadus was there, but he missed the tackle early.
Yeah, Broadus was right there on the play, but just Ellison zoomed right by him.
Okay.
Like before the game. No. Right when they come out of handshake. Like maybe you can talk to somebody now and say, hey, as soon as you come out, just run over to me and interview real quick.
Who should I do? Trent maybe?
That's fine. You can get it.
Where are you going now?
Says Bollinger now. He'll check down and pulled out of bounds. Evan Thompson was on the tackle there. Pulled in by Elijah Wasson. Evan Thompson is the scout team running back, which is a tough position to play. You don't get a lot of credit, but you take a lot of hits during practice. It's a well-respected position. So 55 seconds remaining in the game now. Bollinger's gonna check down, and no Saints were there to bring him down. Weak tackling again. Looked like it was Zachary Garcia on the reception. Down inside the Saints' 5-yard line. 35 seconds remaining. They'll hand it up the middle now to Robertson, who does get in for a touchdown. So that'll shorten the lead, but definitely no shot at the Huskies coming back. 27 seconds remaining. PAT from Dylan Logue is good. So Logue will try an onside kick here. And Saints recover. So 24 seconds left. They'll just take a knee in the game here. It's been an impressive performance by quarterback Gil Williamson, who had to step in for the injured O'Farrell. Be sure to stay tuned after the game. Oliver Sabo will be doing an interview with one of the Saints coaches or players. Be sure to tune in for that. So the Saints take a knee. And that'll do it. Saints 55, Flint Hill 28. Stay tuned after the game for Oliver Sabo's post-game interview. While we're waiting on that interview with Oliver Sabo, final stats here at Knowles Field. Trent Hendrick led the Saints in rushing. 10 carries for 30 yards and 3 touchdowns. Gil Williamson stepped in for the injured O'Farrell. He was 13 for 20. 261 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Impressive day for him. Will Tazwell led the Saints in receiving. 6 catches for 94 yards and a touchdown. Nigel Green was right behind him with 4 catches at 88 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jeff Moore led the Saints in tackles. He had 8. Hayden Forrest right behind him with 7. 3 of Moore's tackles were tackles for loss. Looks like we'll have sophomore linebacker and running back Trent Hendrick for the interview. He had an interception and 3 touchdowns today. Here he is.
Is it no sound? It's working earlier. Does he got it?
Oh, they didn't turn the mic on. You gotta turn the mic on.
Stop. Turn the mic. Hit the mic all the way up. Start again. Just. What's going on? Why is it turned up? Is it turned up or is it plugged in?
So it looks like we're having some technical difficulties with Oliver Sabo's microphone. Apologies for that. Looks like we just won't have a post-game interview. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you guys next time.